Hi Gemini, welcome to your love reading for October 2022. This is going to be for couples and singles, exes, and confirmation. Let's go ahead and begin. Okay Gemini, let's see what's coming up in your love life for the month of October. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for October 2022. Love reading for Gemini, October 2022. Love reading for Gemini, October 2022. What does Gemini need to know about their soulmate, twin flame? What does Gemini need to know about their soulmate or twin flame for October 2022? Love reading for the sign of Gemini for October 2022. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for October 2022. Okay, let's go ahead and get your cards. Okay, so let's start here. If you would like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channeledguidance.com, and I'll place a link down below. Right now, readings are due on the day of purchase. Okay, so I mean, there's definitely something going on here where there is fear around the sign of Gemini. We've got the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. Some of you are doing a lot of worrying about a relationship. We have the 4 of Wands. Again, this is for couples. If it applies, if you're looking for information about your ex, it can still apply because this is still the reading for Gemini. 4 of Wands, a relationship, a commitment. Some of you are going to feeling stuck in either in a relationship or in a situation. Some of you definitely can be waiting to hear either maybe if this person's going to stay with you or they're going to come back. I mean, we have 4 of Swords and the Hermit here. So this is a matter of timing with the 4 of Swords. Maybe someone has taken a timeout. It can be you as well. And it's a general reading, so it's either going to be you or the person that you're with. Someone has taken a timeout, and someone feels completely stuck in a relationship or in a marriage. Now, if you are waiting for someone to make a decision about your relationship, you do have the 8 of Wands here. So there's, kind of positive changes. There's new developments for the sign of Gemini. If you're single, there's definitely some new energy coming in here. You also have the Ace of Cups. There is a new relationship. There is a new love here. Yeah, so I mean, this is all like, a little difficult here. But if you look at the bottom row, so if you are dealing with something very challenging in a relationship where there's confusion, someone is feeling lost, just know that there is happiness here. We have the 3 of Cups. So a situation where you're feeling trapped, you're feeling stuck, maybe someone has asked you for a time out in a relationship. We have the Hermit. This can represent the sign of Virgo. We have Temperance, which can represent the sign of Sagittarius. Yeah, I mean, there is something here where perhaps a relationship needs healing. We have Temperance. So the cards can be telling you that if you're feeling trapped, you're feeling trapped in a situation, there is something that needs healing in your relationship or in your marriage. There is something that you guys are not wanting to look at. We have the Hermit here. There's a need to search for the truth because I do see a lot of emotion around the sign of Gemini. Someone is completely lost, very confused, but there are positive changes for the month of October. There is a chance to have a new beginning in a relationship where someone was starting to back out, where someone was feeling trapped, and I do see a celebration. When this card comes up, this is always happiness and celebration, good news. Okay, we've got 4 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, so there's a message here for the sign of Gemini, and it's here twice. It's here with the Hermit, and it's here with the Page of Swords. The truth. There's something where you have to speak your truth. Something, I mean, I definitely see for Gemini that something is making you feel really stuck and you just need a timeout. I feel like you have a lot going on in your love life in the month of October. Yeah, and it could be that, I mean, we have Four of Pentacles here. Some of you are just kind of refusing to change. It's either you or it could be the person that you're with. Someone here is just kind of saying, no, I'm staying right where I'm at. I'm not open to suggestions. I'm not open to change. But the High Priestess is telling you to trust your intuition. So maybe some of you are refusing to give up on a relationship. This could be your intuition telling you that there is, there's still happiness there. There's still joy, good times with Three of Cups. But there is a message here and here that Gemini needs to see the truth. Some of you can be finding out the truth of what's going on in your relationship or in your marriage. This is, kind of digging for the truth with the Hermit. I feel like this is a month where the truth is kind of, coming out either from you or the person that you're with. Let me go ahead and get a few cards from the confirmation deck. Let's see what comes up there. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for October 2022? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for October 2022? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for October 2022? Okay. So you have Eight of Wands, and this is a repeat card. It's here. And it is, let's see, where do I see it? Here. Oh, wow. Yeah, the Hermit, again, a repeat card. It's here. And it's here in the heart of the reading. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so, I mean, we have to look at the repeat cards because these are two totally different decks. And I only pulled three, and here it is. So, for the sign of Gemini in the month of October, there is change. And this is always positive change. There's change. There's new developments in your love life. I do think some of you might be coming into the month, maybe in a not so positive way. You're feeling stuck in a relationship because I'm looking at the first row here. And for me, that always kind of represents where you're coming from coming into the month. Some of you, like you're waiting to see what happens in your relationship or in your marriage with this Four of Swords. Some of you are feeling stuck in a situation you don't know how to fix. You don't know how to heal a relationship. There's positive change for the month of October. There's new developments. If you're single, this is change movement in your love life. This could also represent new people. Now, over here at the Hermit, again, it's here twice. It can be screaming at you, Virgo, because this represents the sign of Virgo. This also is telling you, like, you need some time alone, because that message is here and here with the Four of Swords. You need some time alone. There could be something you don't want to look at. There's definitely some truth that you need to see. Either that or it's the person that you're with. Like there is some really deep soul searching that needs to happen for the sign of Gemini. This is a time of positive change, but only you can make that happen. You do have the Ten of Pentacles telling you that, yes, there is still happiness for you in a relationship or in a marriage. There's stability, there's commitment. But first, there is something that you really need to think about. This could be maybe how to heal a relationship. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the ex spread. Okay, Gemini, let's see what's going on between you and your ex for October. Gemini and their ex, October 2022. Gemini and their ex, October 2022. Gemini and their ex, October 2022. Gemini and their ex for the month of October 2022. Oh, wow. This card, I think this card was the first card in the last spread. I mean, that's still your reading, Eight of Swords. So that's interesting. Yeah, it was the first card. Now it's the first card for exes. Gemini and their ex for October 2022. Seven of Swords. So interesting that you had the 7 and the 8 of Swords starting this reading. Gemini and their ex for October. Gemini and their ex. Gemini and their ex for October. Gemini and their ex. Okay. Okay, so let's start here. Yes, so kind of interesting that you start with the first card that was in the last spread. Not only that, but you have the 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So I feel like some of you, like there's going to be a lot of thinking about your ex in the month of October. Of course, the swords represent the mind, thinking. You also have the same card that was in the first spread. That's why I say sometimes, even though it's for couples and singles, it can still apply. So you may want to go back and watch that if you haven't. 3 of Cups in the heart of the reading. Happiness, joy, celebration. I do think, I mean, here there's been a lot of unhappiness. I mean, 5 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. There's been an obstacle to you and your ex getting back together because there is, I mean, we've got 2 new beginnings in the spread, actually 3. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. There's a strong message here of a new beginning, but I see that there's been a lot of unhappiness, a lot of suffering between you and this ex. But at the same time, we get this message that there's still this opportunity for a clean slate. So again, going back to the first spread, there's something that you need to see. There is some type of truth that needs to be admitted. We've got 8 of Swords here. Yeah, someone is just kind of feeling completely trapped. And this could be trapped in your own mind. Again, with all these swords in this reading, even one is difficult and they're everywhere in your spread. You know, we've got the 7 of Swords, red flag card of deceit, lies. But for you, because you have the Page of Swords and the Hermit 2 times in the last spread, I feel like there could be something that maybe that you or your ex doesn't want to see. You can be seeing maybe a change of mind in the month of October. We've got Ace of Swords, clarity. Clarity. Some of you, you know, there's been a lot of painful energy around an ex where some of you may not want to admit that you still love this person, or they don't want to admit they still love you. Some of you can really be figuring out, this is how I feel about this person. You know, maybe you wanted this person out of your life and now you're thinking they are the ones who are going to make me happy. Because even though there's a lot of suffering here, there's joy. So some of you, you know, you may kind of want to look back at an ex. It may not be the most recent one, but there is an ex here where there's still an opportunity for a new beginning. I do think that, you know, there's something worrying you here with the 9 of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety about revisiting an ex situation. There's a lot of anxiety, yeah, and fear with the 9 of Swords, 8 and 9 of Swords going down this side of the reading. There's a lot of anxiety about having this new beginning with your ex, having a clean slate with them. There's something that is really, you're afraid of something. It could be the relationship failing. It could be that you're making the wrong decision. But some of you are kind of revisiting a situation with an ex, perhaps, you know, deciding to give them a second chance. You've got 2 of Wands, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess was also in the exact same place in the first spread. And wow, and the Hermit again, which was a repeat card in the first spread. So the Hermit is very significant for the sign of Gemini because this is the 3rd time that you've seen it in your reading. The 3rd time. So if you're going to remember anything from this reading, remember this card. For some of you, this can be screaming Virgo because the Hermit represents a sign of Virgo. But for most of you, this is telling you you have a lot of thinking to do. You have a lot of soul searching. I feel like, you know, the Hermit is searching for the truth. And there is a message here that some of you may not want to look at what happened with an ex. It could be you or it could be that person as well. there's some clarity. Like, yeah, like everything is not said and done between you and an ex. Far from that. There is still something that, needs to be brought to light between you and this person. It could be, how things ended, that you don't really know the whole truth, or they don't know the whole truth. This is telling you, this is going to take time. It could take time because somebody has to admit the truth. It could be something really complicated to figure out. Yeah, I'm also getting that this is going to take time if you don't trust your intuition. Because for some of you, you've been thinking about an ex. Because you have a lot of swords here: Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. There is a lot of thinking here. If you're thinking about an ex, just know that it's for a reason. There's a lot of painful energy here: Five of Cups, disappointment, regrets, suffering. But there's also a new beginning staring at you in the face here. This is only something that you can decide. So trust your intuition if you can't get an ex off your mind. Okay, so let me get some cards from the confirmation deck. What else does Gemini need to hear about their love life for October 2022? What else does Gemini need to hear? What does Gemini need to hear about their love life? October 2022. Gemini and their ex. Gemini and their ex. Gemini and their ex. Gemini and their ex. Okay. So we've got Six of Wands, Judgment, and Ten of Wands. So the message here is, if you're looking to reconcile with your ex, that card is here, Judgment. You guys could reconcile because you have three new beginnings over here: Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. Now the ultimate one, major arcana of reconciling, a relationship coming back to life. You also have this message that things would work this time, Six of Wands. You could overcome all the obstacles that tore you apart, but there's also, some really heavy burdens here, a lot of heaviness. And this could be maybe what caused the suffering that we see here. So some of you, it could be this burden here that has you kind of second guessing your own intuition, which, this is the second time you've had the High Priestess. So some of you know that you still feel drawn to this person, that you're still thinking about this person, but what happened between you and all the suffering that it caused, you or this person or both of you, it's kind of keeping you away from them. Just remember that you've had the Hermit now 3 times in your reading. So there is something that you definitely have to think about. You have to trust your intuition. I feel like, there's definitely a new beginning that's possible here. There's still a lot of happiness and joy with an ex, but this is only something that you can decide. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the letters. Okay, Gemini, let's see what messages come up for you for October. What does Gemini know to hear about their love life for October 2022? I'm just going to turn them over for you. I'm not going to spend too much time on the letters because then usually when I do that, the videos get longer and I don't post all of them for the month. But this, this does help. Sometimes you could see your person's name in here, or even your name. That's always a huge message. This is a blank one, so I'm going to leave that over there. Sometimes it's not even a name. It could be a first name, middle name, last name, but sometimes it can also just be, kind of a message, a nickname, name of an employer, a location, anything like that could be a message for you. Okay, Gemini, this has been your love reading for October 2022. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.